Alright, well, this is our book talk.
I think it's the fourth one.
And this
Maybe.
is the last one.
No, it's not the... Okay, well, bottom line, it's another book talk with Kyra, Emily, Trent, and Johnny. We were pretty mixed up. So, yeah, we're doing, like, our most old one because that's the one we were
We're doing the
prepared
last
for.
two.
The last
Kind
two?
of together.
Yeah, I guess.
I
But
think
it was
I'm the only one
really,
doing
it was
the
really
more
messed up.
recent.
So, anyways, yeah, I'm the illustrator, so is Trent.
But
Two
I'm for the more
passage
recent
pickers.
one, and
Yeah.
he's for the not recent one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways,
wants to start?
Kyra will be starting.
Okay, well, for my old one, from A Child in Prison Camp, it says, "We walk out of the building slowly. Some blow their noses because the sad ending. My, the costumes were all well done. Imagine, they managed to bring the wigs from Vancouver. They all talk as we step out into the snow. The light yellow stars are twinkling. Japanese music is playing again to send us all home. It sounds cheerful. Whoa, I can't read. Okay. The white snow crunches under our feet as we carefully make our way home. This evening, for a time, war and our problems are forgotten. There is a feeling in the crisp, cold air." I like this passage because I find it cool how she feels that just watching a show like that takes everything that's on her mind off her mind. And then from Naomi's Road, I had Naomi looks up into the cherry leaves. The tree makes her think of Mama, and the branch that is tied to the trunk makes her think of herself as a little girl clinging to her. And suddenly the tears she has not cried all her life come pouring out. It is as if Mama has come to meet her and Mitzi here. You see, she can hear Mama say, I have come to you on Friendship Road. Welcome home, my special N." I like this passage because it goes back to the beginning with her special N, and it is really sweet. And then the recent one was from A Child in Prison Camp because we finished Naomi's Road last week. It says, "Mother nods and nudges him. They both look at me. I feel their happiness come toward me, and I smile back." Okay,
Is that another passage picker one?
Yeah, this is the most recent one. I like this passage because I find it amazing and it's surprising how they're happy after everything that happened, like with the war and stuff.
Okay. Who's gonna go next?
You want to go?
Sure. Okay, so this is from the last one. So it's from A Child in Prison Camp. So on page 75, it says, "This is what propaganda does." I actually don't have any idea of what propaganda means or is, because I have never heard of that word. So I don't know, I think of something bad, like maybe how we use karma. So like something that comes back around and gets you back. But it's actually statements, printed material, designed to win people over to some official point of view, or such statements when they aren't based on lies and deceit. And then on page 80, it says, "E twang twang goes the instrument." I thought in the context it was used in, it was a type of strumming like you would on guitar, but it doesn't sound like it would be like a hit like you would on the drums. So it's actually like a sharp, quick, vibrating sound produced by plucking a stringed instrument.
So it's kind of like plucking in a way.
Yeah, like how you play guitar.
Well, there are different
You
ways
kinda
to play
like-
guitar.
yeah,
you
you
can
can pluck
strum
it
it or
or-
you can pluck.
Yeah.
So like plucking is mostly
yeah.
for like guitar solos.
Plucking would be more like if you were playing a harp, right? Like
Yeah,
you're
or like a
going
stringed instrument.
this, but sometimes you can also just strum a harp. So never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay,
So it's not really
anyways.
strum, it's more of
I'm not
vibrating.
done. Not
All
done.
right.
So on page 83, it says, "Nothing special happens, just the usual quarrels and complaints about our conditions, war, and so on." I thought it meant not complaints, but almost like planning or just talking like civilized people about what's happening. But it actually means an angry dispute or argument or disagreement. And then finally,
Mhm.
on page 83, again I think, it says, The frail house totters. So when I hear totters, I thought of like tipping or toppling, but I also thought of teeter-totters and how it goes like up and down off the ground. But a house like can't do that. So I thought of the house kind of like swaying a little from all the fire and the house being burnt as it starts to collapse, so as if it's going to fall. So it really means to shake or wobble as if about to fall. And then my social justice seeker is, so our books are mainly talking about racism towards the Japanese and them being forced to live in the internment camps. So I looked a bit up about that, and it basically says that we believe that the Canadian government forced Japanese Canadians into the camps because after World War II, it was thought there was no other choice. Canadians were fearful of the possibility that after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, Japan would attack the mainland of the United States or Canada. Included in this fear was the possibility that Japanese nationals and Japanese Canadians living on the west coast of Canada could act as spies for Japan.
That's believable, I guess.
Yeah, it actually sounds
guess
like
if-
it would be
if-
something.
Mhm.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's like right after like a big war happened, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be like,
Still, I mean, I
shocked,
understand
kinda,
what they
or not
mean,
shocked,
but I
but
mean, like,
scared.
if you think about it, Hitler and the Holocaust, that was
Mhm.
really like big, and almost all the Germans were
Yeah.
a part of it. There were some that weren't, and they were against it, but like those who weren't against it were killed.
Hmm. Like,
So-
I want to say it was like Hitler with the Jews, but it's like Japanese.
Yeah,
And Hitler was way worse.
yeah. It wasn't exactly like that,
Well, it
but like
wasn't
they were
killings.
treating it like that.
Yeah. It
Like
was
they
more
were just you know
confinement.
like thinking about the protection of other people and like for the
Mhm.
greater like
Yeah.
cause and stuff like that, but I could see where they were coming from with that kind of like perspective, but
Yeah.
still they could have tried to. But if you were to put yourself in like the government shoes,
I mean,
at
instead
that
of
time,
treating them unfairly, they could have just like negotiated something out.
they could have, but you never know. I mean, like it could be a great majority
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Japanese would like you know like start ripping poo in the middle of Canada, and like start killing everybody. But well,
Oh yeah.
that didn't happen. But you never know. It could have.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
So I also have discussion director from the new one. Do you want me to do that?
Yep.
Okay. So I have like my questions are, do you think the ending of the books were a good ending? Like, do you think they ended well?
I think so. I mean, they were like Naomi's Road, like that was sweet. Like
Mm-hmm.
with my passage picker, and how it's like
it was nice.
it was. And then same with like a child in prison camp. I mean, like they're happy now, like
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know. It's weird how like you go from something like,
Totally
So
awful
bad.
that
So,
way. The way that
yeah.
it was like, yeah.
but
and
it flows and it
they're
makes
fine.
sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like unbelievable that it went from that bad to being good, but believable.
It is though too because, like the way that it's described as it progressed, right?
Yeah.
Like it changes.
So then I also have another question. So like, do you think there's a main theme of the book, or the books?
Well, possibly. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if you were to think about it, like, something bad may happen, but it may be to teach you something later on. Then, well, like, it could teach you an important life lesson to, like, not give up when something seems bad at first.
Mm. I kind of think like, not, well, I don't know, almost like something good comes out of something bad. Like,
Yeah, most of the
eventually you
time.
have to overcome,
Like, a thing.
and you can look to the past.
Trent,
But-
what do you have?
I'm illustrator for the more recent one, and I wasn't really here for the first one, so I'm not really prepared with that. But I do have the more recent one, and my picture's of like a wall, but there's like it's open, or it's like opening, and there are people coming out of it, and then they say yay. So it's kind of like signifying how, like before it was they were closed in, right?
Yeah,
Like they
now
were
they
kept
were like
in.
free.
Showing
And now
their
that they're
freedom
they're
almost.
they're like more and more free.
Yeah, so it's kind of
And then
signifying.
they're happier because
yeah.
they're saying yeah.
So it's kind of signifying their freedom now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
You have
now,
anything, Johnny?
Yeah, I was the illustrator for the more older one, and I was the connector and the social justice seeker for the more previous one, but I wasn't prepared for that, so I'll just tell you about my drawing. It's basically a drawing of of Naomi's Road, how Stefan, like when he was little, he dreamed of having all these instruments and stuff like that, and later when he was older or whatever, he got his piano and stuff like that. And well, yeah, I just thought it was interesting because like he basically declares something that happened. And I see that happen sometimes. It's happened to me. Like I've told my parents I'm getting an iPhone. I don't care. That was a while ago. And I'm getting it for my birthday. So it's pretty cool how stuff like that happens when you really like work to it. You can get what you want. All you have to do is like,
Wait, was it your birthday like yesterday?
2 days ago. Thank you, Kara. My birthday party.
It's like
Anyways.
And
tomorrow, isn't it?
but you still
No,
have a,
it's-
plan.
And the book talk is going to end in 5, 4, 3,